Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another video. Alright, let's check it out what we got for you today. Alright, guys. So, what we got for you right now is a 143 scale Alfa Romeo GT 1300 Junior. Now, in the base, it says Giulia. But when I looked and researched about this model, there's no there's no promotion or nowhere that shows they call them the Giulia. But I read they came off the Giulia itself. But I'm gonna call them because that's how we all know it as the GT 1300 Junior. Now this is one of the first models that came out from the Junior, from the GT Junior. This came out. I'll tell you right now. These models came out in 1963, the regular Sprint or the regular GT. But this specific model came out in 1965, the one that we're looking at right now. Beautiful model, very iconic for Alfa Romeo. They still promote them as one of the most important Alfa Romeos ever made. I see they're very loved by car collectors. They're very expensive. Nowadays, they are not cheap at all. I'm sure they go more expensive than when they were new, as value-wise. They're attractive. I think Alfa Romeo back in the days, they made such a beautiful looking cars. They still do now. But before, you can really tell what car from what brand they were. Nowadays, all cars look similar. All the cars have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, because a lot of the companies have merged with other companies, so a lot of their models lost a bit of their own look. And I think Alfa Romeo, sadly, by being owned by Fiat and Stellantis all together, and they have combined with so many brands from here, from there. It's good and it's not so good, but that's my honest opinion to me. They lost a bit of their own personality. Now, this model specifically, the GT 1300 Junior, like I said, came out in 1965 and they ran until 1977. Nice, beautiful looking car. Sorry, I was just reading the car a bit of just. They only made them as a two-door coupe, and they had a 1.3 liter twin cam engine, four cylinders. Beautiful looking car. I remember seeing them on the road. And by the way, this model looks exactly how they looked in real life. I'm familiar with them. There's some of them. I don't know which is the one that has like a quad headlights in the front. I gotta search for it. I seen them, but I'm not fully sure which one is exactly that one. But I find them all very attractive. It's a nice looking Alfa Romeo. I'm not sure if it's the most attractive Alfa Romeo ever made. I wouldn't say that. But I find them very attractive, very cute. There's a reason why they're so popular with car collectors nowadays. Alright guys, so I'm gonna let it go around a few times and I'll be right back. Alright, guys. You know, as it was going around and around, I'm another spectator, guys. Believe me, I like to watch them. I like to. And I remember seeing videos, a lot of. They like to use these cars a lot in those vintage racing cars they have all around the world. I love seeing those vintage. I mean, I don't like when they crash and all that because sadly, it's just one less on the roads and they don't make them no more. But I love seeing how still they got the power and they got the strength to handle, uh, a little bit hard racing driving, but I don't like seeing them getting crashed. Sometimes I see those classic cars when they go around the curves and stuff, they lose the track and they crash against the tree or the side. That breaks my heart because it's a classic car that you don't see. It's hard to restore them like they used to. All right, guys. So what memories do you have about these cars? I would love to hear them. These are classic cars, like I said. My viewers. I put all type of cars, from new cars to older cars, from all around the world. I do not discriminate brand, age, as long as they're real cars, because I don't like no fake looking car that never existed. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what memories this car brings you. Have you ever drove one of these? Were they sold in your country? Do you still see them on the road? Or you see them like in a classic car show? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you see them in classic car shows. I see them here in the States. They have them in some car shows. Now these cars, especially with uh, there being classics and very famous classics from the 60s, a lot of people really like them. But they're not cheap, like I said before. That's another problem with these cars. They go very expensive. Don't forget to give me that beautiful thumbs up, please. I would truly appreciate that. And comment below, like I mentioned before. And don't forget to click and subscribe, and click the bell next to the subscribe button so it will remind you when more videos are being posted. Alright, everyone, so take care of yourselves more than ever, and goodbye.